Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Police Commission.
This is Carnell Snell, great auntie
This
to,
is Carlina I'm sorry.
great auntie to C.J. Snell, who mothered him since he was 3. She would like to say a few words on his behalf.
I'm not here to talk about the death of Carnell. I'm here to talk about the living part of Carnell. Carnell was my heart. Carnell was very mentally disturbed. I tried to, much as I could, take him all the places, UCLA, SC, Children's Hospital. I took him to all these places to try to correct some of the stuff that was wrong with him. And at the end of the day, I could not correct it. It was a permanent disability. But Carnell was a nice boy. Carnell, other than Carnell running the street out there 5 minutes and smoke his weed and come back and say, oh, you don't eat all your food, ain't he? And then I'm going to go to bed. Carnell go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. Carnell liked to dress. He was all involved in shining. He thought he should look good all the time. He tried. He had his problems with the law. He kind of did breaking some homes and stuff like that. They did for, I guess, to buy the weed. Other than that, he was a great boy. The day he died, he called me. And he came in, I was laying in the bed, and he says, oh, look at your son. Don't I look good? He said, I'm all fly. I said, oh yeah. I said, get up. He said, oh, I forgot, I can't sit in your bed no more. I said, no, you're too big for that. And he left out. And I never seen him no more until I saw him running down the street from the police. And if I could have stopped him, I would have. Carnell was a runner. Carnell just didn't run from the police. He ran from everything and everybody. He never came in the front door like normal. He would go, if he was on 108, he'd jump the fence and come that way and come in the back door. He never, if he starts to, we used to go to UCLA, to the brain clinic. They have a big stand there. He and I would be walking, and he'd leave me, and in 1 second, everybody's familiar with UCLA, he would be up there in 2 minutes, all those stairs. That's just, he was a runner. They couldn't stop it. The doctor said, you need to be on the phone when he was little. Great big phone, and just let him run. He didn't understand not to do these things, although he said to me one day, he says, you know, Auntie, I'm making bad choices. And I said, yes, you are. And he says, well, I don't mean to do it though. I said, yeah, but you are making bad choices. He went and he registered into trade techs, and he did register to come into college. He tried to turn it around. he didn't have the mind to. And regardless to what he could have did or how he did, he would have never been successful in doing that. He didn't have a mind. And that's all I have to say.
He still
We're very
deserves,
sorry for your loss, ma'am.
he still deserves to live, he didn't even get killed.
Yeah.
Good morning. My name is Debbie Washington. I'm CJ's aunt. I met you, President Johnson, at the National Action Network meeting. And we did have some concerns then, which we still do, when you released the video on CJ. You explained the reason why you were honest, why you and Chief Beck and the mayor made the decision, and we still had a problem with that. But at least I can thank you, at least you were honest. But I have a few things I'd like to say too regarding CJ and what happened to us that day in the family. I thank the sergeant for contacting the family of today's meeting, though it was difficult to refer to CJ as an agenda item.
Right.
Since October 1st, 2016, when he was shot in the back by LAPD,
In the back.
it has been very difficult and we cannot forget. The multiple gunshots we heard that day, not knowing our loved one was the target, or the many children and family members, especially his sister, who saw the officers standing, chasing CJ and knowing he was the target, or of his uncle who sat side by side when they pulled CJ out of the lunchroom after he had been shot and sat him up and sat his uncle next to him and handcuffed them together as he bled out. We cannot forget that.
Never.
We cannot forget the emptiness we felt when the ambulance finally arrived and we saw them leave without CJ. Or the coroner's office that arrived many hours later, but no one from the family was allowed to view CJ.
Cover up.
We cannot forget the large gunshot holes we saw in the wrought iron gate, knowing that at least 3 of them pierced his body, with one being the fatal shot.
They shoot
We cannot forget
blindly.
Chief Beck holding press conferences stating that CJ turned and aimed at the officers and then was shot in the front and the bullet came out in the back. But we know all the shots were in the back. And he knew that too.
Yep.
Because officers were present at the at the autopsy that Monday. We didn't get the report for months later, but everyone else knew. We cannot forget that he would have been 19 that year, as his birthday was the day after Thanksgiving. We cannot forget that on the morning when he got dressed, he stated to his mom, and you heard her speak, "How you like your boy?" Because he was dressed for the day. We cannot forget how he used to like to ask me to unload my groceries, or wash my car, or talk with his Uncle Carl about the fish that got away. We cannot forget that. We cannot forget how he always looked out for his sisters and looked out for his family. Or that he wanted a mentor. He wanted a job, and he visioned living independently, but was faced with mental challenges since birth. And that life was meaningful and worth living because his Auntie Carlina, who mothered him since he was 3, and made him believe that he could achieve, but was totally honest with him regarding his mental challenges. We also appreciate that so many have stood for justice for CJ when it was too difficult for us to speak out, and we needed some essence of peace to keep our young people focused and non-violent in our neighborhood. It is our prayer that CJ has justice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shake.